Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Thank you for joining me for this sermon that should have been on Shabbat of Behar Bechukotai, this week's double Sedra. Bechukotai begins with a lovely list of blessings, and I'm going to read some of them out to you. If you walk in my laws and observe my commandments and do them, then I will grant your rains in their season, so that the earth shall yield its produce and the trees of the field their fruit. You shall eat your fill of bread and dwell securely in your land. I will grant peace in the land, and you shall lie down untroubled by anyone. You will give chase to your enemies, they will fall before you by the sword. I will stroll among you, I will be your God, and you will be my people. What beautiful brachot, beautiful blessings God promises us in return for keeping the Torah. But it's an odd thing that brachot in Jewish history do not have a good press. There's a famous line towards the end of the book of Devarim, Vayishman Yeshurun Vayivat. Yeshurun, the Jewish people, became fat and kicked. When we have blessings from God, there's a possibility that we will misuse them and forget God because we have it so good. So it's a bit of a risky thing, it seems, to have blessings from God if we keep the Torah. It looks like we have trouble built in. As soon as we start keeping Torah, we have blessings. And when we have blessings, we restart keeping the Torah. How do we break out of this vicious circle? So the answer is from the opening phrase of this parshat, where it says, if you will walk in my laws. You see, it starts off with three things. If you walk in my laws, observe my commandments, and do them. Observing commandments, guarding the commandments, means to make sure that we don't transgress any negative commandments. Doing the commandments means that we keep the positive commandments. We do what we're meant to do. So, for instance, we don't eat non-kosher food. We do shekel lulav when it comes to Sukkot. And these two things are well and good, but it starts off with something else. If you will walk in my commandments. What does that mean? So the answer is that walking in God's laws is not the same as guarding them or doing them. It means that our direction through life is in the statutes, is in the laws of the Torah. It means that they're not only things that we must do, but they actually fit in with our life's course. And what we have to do to get this right is to look carefully and sensitively at the laws of the Torah and discern from them not only do's and don'ts, but a whole way of life. And when we can do this, then we can receive God's blessings and all will be well. Because our way of life will be so orientated towards God that when we do get material things, peace, produce, whatever it may be, we'll use them in the right way, in that beautiful way of life that is orientated towards God and serves Him. And that's why these blessings finish the way they do. It moves from the physical to the spiritual, where God promises, I will bring my divine presence among you, I will not spurn you, I will stroll among you, I will be your God, you will be my people. The very physical gifts that God gives to us will be used in the right way to enable us to prepare a home for God in this world where He can dwell among us, be our neighbour, be our friend. We will still respect Him, but we will love Him much more. This is the challenge of Im Bechukotai telechu. If you will go in the way of my statutes, every one of us needs to look carefully at the 365 don'ts and the 248 do's and work out for ourselves, what is the way of Torah? Not just the do's and the don'ts. What's the direction? What's the tendency, the inclination, the drift of it all, the run of play? We can spot that for ourselves in our own lives. It's a highly individual thing. But if we can get it right, we will make our own lives vehicles and homes for the divine presence. Thanks for listening. Shabbat Shalom.